Hey, FCC family, we'd like to take just a few minutes to update you on what's going on and our response to this ever-changing situation with the coronavirus out there, and how it's affecting what happens here at our physical location here at First Christian Church. We'd all hoped that things would be a little bit calmer by now, but it seems that the virus is really ramping itself up just a little bit, and we know it's only a matter of time before it impacts our community in an even greater way. Last Sunday, we did make the decision to hold services here at our physical location while implementing some precautionary measures, and we want to thank you for joining us if you came out to be with us that morning and you came out for our night of worship as well. You know, one of the hardest decisions to make is the cancellation of worship services as a church, and it's one that's really weighed heavily on our leadership. But with the new CDC and government recommendations for social gatherings in the last 24 to 48 hours, we've had to revisit our plans as far as the upcoming weekend and beyond is concerned, and we've made the decision that we need to follow those recommendations that are set in place just for the overall well-being of the community around us. So for the next 2 weeks, our worship gatherings are going to be offered exclusively online. You'll still have the full experience of worship and a message just from the comfort of your own home. We want to be clear that we're not canceling church. Church is not canceled. We're just not meeting at our physical location, but instead joining together from homes throughout our community. We're going to stream one service. So for the next 2 weeks, March 22nd and March the 29th, we will be streaming one service live through Facebook and on our website at 10:30. Only one service at 10:30, so you'll be able to join us online, Facebook, and our website. Our staff has gotten together and we have discussed ways that we can engage with you during that time. We don't want to lose our sense of community during this time. We want to be able to stay connected. So when you join us online, let us know that you're there. Ask questions, share a prayer request, respond to the message, share a scripture or an encouraging thought down in the chat feature of that. And we want to encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to set up your online giving as well through our website. We're going to have more on that via our live stream on Sunday to kind of walk you through that a little bit. But we want to encourage you not to halt or to throttle back in your giving during this time of chaos, really. Ministry is still happening, and we know that over the next few weeks there's going to be a whole lot more needs that come up within our church family and community around us as people may find themselves struggling. So even though this virus is doing its best to really isolate us, we're still called and we're still commanded to be the church now more than ever. We also want to encourage you while you're at home and worshiping with us to prepare for a time of communion with your family. This is something you can absolutely do from the comfort of your home. Grab some crackers, a piece of bread, some grape juice, some orange juice, any kind of beverage really that you want. We're going to be directing you in a time of communion when we come together during our live stream on Sunday for the next 2 weeks. Worship with us as well whenever we come together. The band is going to be here. The band is going to be leading still, and we want you to worship and we want you to sing with us too. God is still God. He is still in control. He is still sovereign. With what's going on in the world, that gives us all the more reason to really be in His presence, to seek Him out, to acknowledge who He is, and to give Him thanks for what He's doing. We may not feel like He's working in the chaos, but He is. So please engage with us in worship as we thank Him in advance for what He is doing. During this time, it's really easy for us to feel like we're suffocated, like the walls are closing in around us. And while the anxiety and fear can be consuming, what we have to remember is that we're always covered by God. We're always surrounded. We're always protected by Him. His presence is with us always. The psalmist tells us in Psalm 139, verses 5 and 6, he says, "You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me." You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. God is before us. God is behind us. He has surrounded us. There's a song that says, it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. And the way that we fight our battles, that song says, the way that we fight is that we stand up together against the chaos and in the midst of chaos, and we worship Him. His hand is on you. Much like the comforting hand of a father or a mother who is comforting their child who may be upset or distraught, letting them know that things are going to be okay. They lay their hand on their shoulder and say, hey, everything's going to be fine. God's hand is on us too. He's saying, you know what, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I have always been, I always will be, and I am currently in control. So while we're not meeting physically, while we're not getting together physically as the church and coming together, we're still going to be the church, coming together from different locations throughout our community. And we're going to worship, and we're going to grow closer together. I'm excited to see how we respond in this trying time, and how we become stronger as His church, and how we grow closer together, and how He reignites a passion for our community. We want to encourage you to stay connected to our Facebook page and our website and through our app over the next few weeks, as things are going to be changing and everything is pretty fluid and things are continuing to unfold. We look forward to worshiping with you on Sunday and engaging with you online. But in the meantime, don't forget, He's got you and He's got this.